Hey, welcome in everybody. This is my 15th Guns N' Roses collection video. These are all the new ads I've put together in the last year or so. And let's go ahead and just start with the top left here. We have the Guns N' Roses 8-ball. So this was the little story behind this is when when Guns N' Roses released Perhaps, the cover artwork on the Perhaps vinyl was a Magic 8-ball, so they decided to actually create a Magic 8-ball and release it here. So, if I remember correctly, there were delays on this, which is like funny because it's like it's even the simplest, smallest things that Guns N' Roses releases, and there's fucking delays on it. But pretty much, I have opened this. I'm not going to open it now, but you basically look in the Magic 8-ball, and it gives you a few different answers, like perhaps and maybe, and words of that nature. My opinion on this thing when I first got it was, man, it's a cheap piece of shit. Over here, we have a NASCAR Diecast. This is a 164 hauler for Eric Jones and Legacy Motor Club from 2023. Now, if you're a follower of the channel and know me, you probably already know the story, but I'll just tell it again for those who don't know. So, one of my favorite sports of all time is NASCAR. I was about to say is Guns N' Roses. And it was really the first sport I ever got into. And shortly after I got into it, I became a diehard Guns N' Roses fan. And just by complete chance, basically, Guns N' Roses sponsored Eric Jones, and it happened to be the one race that I went to, the Daytona 500 of that year. And it was just one of those insane moments, like, what are the chances? And then later on in the year, when I went to the Daytona race, I happened to meet Eric Jones at an autograph signing and had him autograph my other Guns N' Roses diecast that I have. So when I saw they were releasing the hauler, I was 100% going to get it. It wasn't even a question. But I planned on getting it on eBay. And I saw a few on eBay over time, but I never pulled the trigger on it, no pun intended. And one day I just went to Walmart randomly, and I really couldn't believe it. They had it in stock at Walmart. Really was just shocked. What are the chances? Once again. Especially because, like, for the Guns N' Roses fans watching that aren't like NASCAR fans or diecast fans, it's very, very difficult to find NASCAR diecast a lot of the time at Walmart, especially like in general, but especially the ones that you're looking for, like the specific ones you're looking for. So I just couldn't believe it when I saw it was actually there in stock at my Walmart. Immediately got that. It was like $15. So I have the hauler, I have a 124, and I have a couple 164s now of the Guns N' Roses Eric Jones car. Moving on. Down here, we have a Guns N' Roses magazine. That's called the Unofficial Fan Guide. So my little story behind this one is I work at a grocery store, and a lot of the times we have old rock band magazines on the registers, and I've seen so many of them for so many different bands, like Kiss, Queen, you name it. I've never seen Guns N' Roses though. Shockingly, I couldn't understand why Guns N' Roses had never had a magazine in the grocery store that I work at. But finally, one day, after all these years, I mean, I've worked at this grocery store for over a decade. They finally got one in. I immediately bought it one night when I saw it. I was like, no fucking way. I immediately bought it, and the second I got home, I flipped through it. And don't get me wrong, I mean, it's not like the most fantastic quality magazine you'll ever see in your life. But I mean, it's got some cool pictures in here. And being a diehard fan, of course, you can almost say you could almost ask me any question about the band, and I'll know the answer. So it was kind of interesting reading this and kind of just fact checking it off of what I know. And, you know, sometimes just seeing like spelling errors was just kind of funny. But overall, I mean, it's a cool magazine. It's got nice pictures in it. And it doesn't just talk about the old band, which I was, you know, really happy about. And I was really hoping it wouldn't. Of course, the majority of it is going to be about the old band. But there is, you know, as you'll see in a second, there is a good page or two that talks about, you know, the newer lineups and everything, and talking about Chinese democracy and everything. Clearly, I'm having to speed up here. I didn't realize how many fucking pages there were. I haven't looked at this since I got it, and I got it like a while ago, like months and months ago. But some interesting literature. This is an interesting picture. I don't understand, like... So this is at the Ritz, like their most famous concert in '88, and the picture is inverted. So Duff and Slash are playing left-handed in the picture, and this is the exact shot that they used for the Greatest Hits vinyl. Once again, in reverse. I don't understand. I really don't, but just kind of a little gripe there. Going through all the band members and everything. So now we're getting into like the Use Your Illusion stuff, which is cool. Like, yeah. Okay, now here we go, Chinese democracy. And this is like the stuff I was like creaming over. You know, I love the Chinese democracy era. That's like, you know, so nostalgic for me. Seeing Buckethead and on here and shit, and seeing Axl with his braids, and now you got the DJ Ashba lineup. With, you know, Bumblefoot. Now talking about Not in This Lifetime tour and all that. Sorry if this is kind of long-winded, but I wanted to go through all these real quick. Might as well. Talking about the Hall of Fame, and, you know, I don't know if they specifically talked about how Axl didn't show up, but they probably did. That was disappointing. Wish that would have happened. Even have an Axl mugshot in there. Okay. And then yeah, I gotta end it with a Snoop Dogg Skechers ad. Gotta love that. What the fuck? Anyway, moving on. Over here, this is pretty fucking random, but I'm very thankful. My mom got me these for Christmas, just Guns N' Roses guitar picks, something different. I don't have any Guns N' Roses guitar picks, anything like that, but pretty cool. I gotta say my favorite one has got to be the GNR Lies one. White, red, and black is like my favorite combination of colors, so that was definitely my favorite one. Not gonna open these or anything, but just keep them like that. Just a cool little display piece. Over here was kind of an impulse buy. This is first Guns N' Roses bootleg I've bought in a long time. This is a DVD, Guns N' Roses with Sebastian Bach, guest appearing for you know, at least one of the songs at actually it's misspelled here, Hammerstein Ballroom in 2006. This is, I believe, I'm 99.9% positive this is the first show in 2006. First show in 4 years. And Buckethead's gone now, and got Bumblefoot, and Axl's voice was so much better, and some newer songs, like There Was a Time, IRS. Some of these songs had leaked, and now they're getting played for the first time. Just super, super cool. There's some misspellings, I think in multiple places on this thing. I actually bought this from, it's called rzrecord.jp, I believe is what it's called. It's like a Japan bootleg website. You can buy different bootlegs and stuff. Yeah, I saw somebody talking about it in a YouTube video, and I used to buy bootlegs all the time, and like after I saw that YouTube video, I was like, I want to get back into it. So I bought one thing, and that was it. But still really cool to have in my collection, Guns N' Roses in New York. All right, and then we'll just do these three right here. three records, three 7-inch records. We have the Hard School EP, and then I don't think it's an EP. It's just a single, if I remember correctly. And then we have the Perhaps single. So the Hard School records here, you're probably wondering, why do I have two of them? Is it one to open, one to keep sealed? No, it's not that deep, to be honest with you. What happened was I don't know why I never bought this when it came out, but near the end of last year, I was really wanting to get it and have it in my collection. So I ended up buying it. Like right around the same time, somebody bought me one. So we ended up getting two of them in the mail over the course of like a few days. And yeah, so I have two of them now. So Hard School. There's the back there with like a cheerleader. It's got Hard School and then a live version of Absurd. I just find that so strange. Why wouldn't they just put the regular Absurd on there, but they put a live Absurd on there? I don't understand that. And then this one's exactly the same, made in Germany. Also, yeah, literally bought from the Guns N' Roses store. It's exactly the same. So, Hard School, good song. Not a song I absolutely love, but still good enough that it made it to my playlist, and I listen to it every once in a while. The production on it is maybe not the greatest. Would have probably been better if they just released it the time that it was made, back in the late 90s, but regardless, it got released, and it's solid. But I really like Perhaps a lot better. Perhaps is definitely one of my favorite Guns N' Roses songs of all time. I was obsessed with this song when it came out. Fuck, I mean, I made a review for the song that was like over half an hour. I'm just like kind of cringing thinking about that now. But it was so much fun to just like follow this song and the release of it, and just there were so many ins and outs for me that was just super entertaining and just classic Guns N' Roses in relation to this song and the release and everything. And I just think overall it's a good song. I still listen to it to this day, and I think it's cool how they released The General as the B-side or the R-side, whatever you want to call it. The General, it's crazy because everyone was so hyped up about The General and thought it would be just this, monstrosity of a song, like this epic song, and it ends up being a B-side. And a lot of people aren't a fan of the song. I think it's okay. I think it's good enough to like make it to my playlist, and I enjoy it for what it is. But of course, I never thought I was gonna live up to the hype. And made in Czech Republic. So not made in Germany this time, made in the Czech Republic. So once again, the artwork, the 8-ball, looking into the 8-ball, the magic 8-ball, and saying Perhaps. And I bought this one myself just because of, like I said, how obsessed I was with the song. Immediately bought it and couldn't wait to get it in the mail. Another one that I believe had delays. I mean, shit, I think everything had delays with this thing. I mean, the record, the 8-ball, I think the shirt probably did too. And then they sent me another shirt saying that the first one had like a misprint on it, and I couldn't tell the difference between both shirts. I don't know. Just classic Guns N' Roses. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you can comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.